Oh, it's Medicine Turtle. I'm sitting here with Henry Red Cloud, fifth generation descendant of Chief Red Cloud. Henry has a unique program on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation with Lakota Solar. It's a business, but it is also a nonprofit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how does this exactly work?
Well, Lakota Solar is a for-profit business, and we work with partnerships with nonprofits. We work so if let's say someone wants to support some money. Currently, here on the reservation here, the home of my people here, we need 12,000 houses.
Whoa.
12,000 houses. So we built 2 houses so far. I would like to build 5,000 houses, but I know there's no way that I can do it in my lifetime. But I'm starting this program so this program can carry its own self and start to build the houses for people can then start building houses for each other.
And I think this is where the corporations can come in, and also the big companies like Bosch, Mercedes, Audi, these big companies that have mass amounts of money that could donate some to Henry's project and actually build some houses here.
Yeah, actually help the people to start building their own houses. So a house, we can build a small starter of a home for 5,000 euro.
5,000 euro.
That's not much. That's not much at all. But it can make a dream come true of, people living in a house.
And there's a lot of environmental companies that are in the European Union that talk about environment. I mean, who else to ask about environment but for the Lakota? Lakota have been supporting the environment for millions of eons of years. And if you need a spokesperson for your company, if you need a spokesperson to talk about environment, and if you are environmentally sound, and if he sees it, ask the man. He'd be glad to work for a corporation.
We can work something out. We can maybe do some trading and supporting some housing here, and I could as well do some PSAs for you.
But what the Pine Ridge really needs is not like a lot of shoes and stuff that are worthless. Somebody already wore them. What they need is building material and need money.
They need support money to build the houses.
But also the money, why we say money, is because Henry employs Lakota workers.
I have Lakota workers
who are unemployed, they have no job. So this money that you're giving also for the project also employs Lakota people.
As well as it does that, but it teaches people here throughout the homeland a skill to build a house, to put electricity in, to put solar in, to put renewables in, and how to build a house.
Or they could just simply also donate for the students. You have a student program.
We have a student program where students can, with support, students can come stay here, native students can come stay here and receive the technical support they need in house building and solar and wind and all these renewable energies.
Yeah, because basically there's a spiritual purpose around this, right? Lakota Solar.
Yeah, Lakota Solar. We live the life of renewable energy in our ceremony and song and dance and our way of life. So it's honoring that old way, and then with this new stuff of renewable energy, with this natural build, with your block building. We can build homes that are going to last 800 years old, maybe 1,000 years, many generations, many happy meals, many happy families come from the home. It's so critical, it's very critical at this point because it creates that hope. It creates that, today we have unemployment, very staggering high numbers. And then through that, there's hopelessness. So our young people, our old people, they start to take their lives. They start to commit suicide. We don't want that. We don't want that. We want to create hope. We want to inspire. When a healthy home, you support a healthy home, you're going to support within that home, there's going to be a child there. You're creating that healthy space for that child to stay warm, to eat something good, and to go to school. Imagine yourself as a child. You're hungry and you're cold, and they send you to school, and you're trying to learn something, but your mind's so far away from the school because you're cold and you're hungry. But if we do these things, we can ensure the next 7 generations. We can. I see it every day. I live here. I was born and raised here. Today I'm in the numbers of the mid-50s of my age. And I saw a lot, and I understand a lot here on the Lakota land. And I know what needs to take place. I know what needs to happen. So I'm doing these things to ensure that we have healthy, children. We don't have suicide. It's terrible. It's hopelessness. We want to create hope. We want to create a better tomorrow.
And that's true, because the Lakota are still in the survival mode. I mean, as we sit here today, I mean, it's around 0. I think it's very, very cold, or -0, and it's very, very cold. A lot of Lakota don't have heating. Henry's done everything that he can possibly do to get support, and it's not like people think. I mean, here there's nothing. People have no windows in the houses. They have no doors. They have a rug over the window or a rug over the door. The cold air is coming in. There's no heating system. There's no propane. I mean, people just can't afford it. And these big companies who, are out there, they make all kinds of money. Just a little bit would help the Lakota people.
Can go a long ways creating hope, creating a healthier lifestyle, stopping suicide and all of these things, all of these terrible things.
So when you're supporting Lakota Solar Enterprises, you're supporting the people that really need it. Right here on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation.
If this is happening here, but Lakota Solar is working with 25 other tribes, native tribes. Within the country of the United States, there's 800, 900 tribes here. So we're just barely, all of these tribes would like to do the same, to start to live with the earth. So we work with a lot of tribes, not only the Lakota, but we work with a lot of tribes. From the Cheyenne, the Crow, the Navajo, the Hopi, the Dakota, Nakota, all of these tribes, the Shoshone, the Crow, all of these wonderful tribes of the Great Northern Plains.
I mean, you hear this from the chief's grandson. I mean, this is a really, really bad thing here. I mean, Pine Ridge is sort of isolated. It's hidden. I mean, just one drive down the street, you can see the poverty here. It's unleashed in a proportion that nobody can explain. And what Henry's work has done such a great amount, but it's like scratch the surface. I mean, it's scratched the surface. But if companies that are in Europe or in Asia or Japan would just reach out and just give Lakota Solar just a little something.
Yeah. Support a small business so that business can become prosperous and create more economic development, economy here.
So what all this rolls down to, when you make a support, you support employment because Henry, he employs Lakota people. You support housing, heating, the environment, and the environment is the key because now we're the greenhouse, it's really heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really heavy. Yeah, you can look around every day and see that happening. So but most importantly, the next, generation, the young kids, the little children are the most important. that way. They ensure the quality of life that any human being deserves. They can have that. They can have.
And that's just the key. You're not asking for something that you want. Henry's not asking for what we want. They're asking for a necessity.
Yeah, necessity.
For need.
Yeah.
I mean, the children here have no shoes. A lot of them on their feet. They can't buy books. They can't have heating. The elderlies are bundled up in old clothing that they find on the street. I mean, this is really, really bad here on the Pine Ridge. And he's reaching out for his small company to put the housing, to give people warm heating. I mean, this is serious.
I visited with the Deutsch people. I went to your country and visited with you and told you of the needs and the visions, the hopes, the dreams of the Lakota people. And you supported me back then. And I came home and I supported the, projects that needed to happen. And all of these projects, the Buffalo Project, the land use project, all these are flourishing. People are again living on some land, raising some, buffalo, doing some gardening, raising their own food. And and I saw it a huge success. So I come back to you one more time. I come to you. And because you helped in the past, you're beautiful, wonderful people. We call you, the Deutsch people in our language, we say Iashicha. That's what we call you, which basically translate in English, the people with a difficult language. Iashicha. So I come back to you. I come back to you in a good way, to see my old friends again, and to make new friends, and to unite together to help my people to help themselves.
And I think the whole ideal is all of us together, if we work together, can solve this problem at this reservation. If we all work together. But the Lakota people need to bring this together, and they need the support. And Henry here, who's the grandson of the Chief Red Cloud, he can make it happen if he has the tools to make it happen.
Exactly. I can, again, go over to the website, see what we've been doing since my first visit to Deutschland in 2000. And since all these years gone by, see what we're doing. With your support, what we is able to do. But this is now what we want to do this now. Because, times are really bad here. Situation's bad. We need to change it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions about Indian reservations as far as casinos, because most of the Europeans I've met, they think, yeah, the Lakota have a casino. This casino is putting so much money into this reservation, but I don't think that that's so.
No, that's not so. We're in a very rural area, not too much people.
I mean, we was just down a few days ago here on the reservation, and an elderly lady who, just was basically, would sell you the shirt off her back so she could buy propane for heating. I mean, this is crazy, and this is where Henry comes in to say, okay, if you need it, and you build a heating system, I think, for her.
Yeah.
But the ideal is they need the propane to supplement the system.
Yeah, what it is, Medicine Turtle is housing are inefficient.
Oh.
The housings are not good at all. Like you said, broken windows, and broken doors, and no insulation and all these things. So if we build our houses more efficient, then we save a lot. Then we take that money that we saved and we spend it in our community. And what does that lead to? It leads to economy. We want to build our own economy. In order to do that, it has to come from the people. In order to do that, we got to reduce our consumption on propane. So we need to make our houses more efficient, more warmer. We need to start to we start to build our own economy. We start, someday I want Lakota people, this is my vision, my hope. I want Lakota people to be able to be part of the world, free trade, and to sell things to the worldwide, become part of that economy. So that's my dream. Starting with small here. Small leads to big.
And this is why we ask the big corporations, the big companies, to step up
Yeah.
and get into a people who have protected this earth for thousands of years and respect the environment. And this is where Henry works with Lakota Solar.
Yeah. A big business helping a small business. And we can go, it's all about unity coming together.
And if you want to see it for yourself, if you want to come here and look at it, a company president, come on down
Come
here.
to Lakota Solar.
Come on down to Lakota Solar, see this for yourself, go into the houses with Henry.
Yeah.
Henry will take you to the houses, bring you to the people who have no heating systems and no windows, no doors, nothing.
Yeah. Please come, visit.
Come on down to Pine Ridge. We'll show you exactly the way it is. Henry will take you to the homes of people who need these systems, and you can meet them face to face and see where your money is going.
Yeah.
Right here in Lakota Solar.
Nice. Great. Good.
I hope.
Aho. Washte.